I am pleased to invite to the stage Missy Foote, who will introduce Meg Bonney Martinson.
Meg Bonney Martinson. In the fall of 2000, I started to hear rumors that the phenom sophomore soccer player Meg Bonney might want to try out for the women's lacrosse team, of which I was the coach. Meg had been the leading soccer scorer as a first year and was headed that way as a sophomore. I liked what I saw when I watched her play soccer, a quiet confidence and a sheer love of the game. But she hadn't been recruited. She hadn't played lacrosse very long at all, and worse yet, she was a member of Middlebury's ski team. So honestly, I was doubtful that it could work. Well, let me tell you how it worked. By the end of that soccer season, Meg was again the leading scorer. She was named the NESCAC Player of the Year as a sophomore. That winter, she was an All-American skier, finishing 9th in the nation at NCAAs in GS. And then a week later, after trying out and making the lacrosse team, she was scoring goals on Peter Cone Field. It worked out just fine. To be a three-sport athlete in both team and individual sports at this level tells you something about Meg's incredible athletic ability. But it's not just her athletic skill that makes Meg a Hall of Fame inductee. When I asked them to tell me about Meg as an athlete, both her coaches and teammates all said the same thing about Meg. She was even-keeled, super competitive, and made things seem easy and fun, which in turn inspired her teammates to play beyond their perceived limits. In lacrosse, where Meg didn't have years of honed skills to offer, her mindset reminded her fellow players that it wasn't really all that complicated, and there was no need to overthink things. Lacrosse teammate Kate Perrine-Livesey says, quote, "It was never about being the best for Meg or about standing out. She had fun when she played, she enjoyed the sport, and she loved her teammates. I never saw her stressed on the field. Playing was about something much more pure than winning, but she played hard, didn't give an inch. She was like a superhero. She was good at everything." End quote. Meg had that rare gift in all three sports of combining joy with competitive play, a refreshing attitude for this coach. In soccer and lacrosse, Meg also had the instinctive ability to be in the right place at the right time. She had a nose for the goal and still holds the Middlebury College women's soccer scoring record for points and goals. As her soccer teammate and goalie, Allie Connolly, said, she would score 2 goals early in a game against a team that we had feared, letting us know that we had nothing to worry about. She was unflappable in the moment. She rose above any external distractions to get the job done. We were always so relieved to have her on our side of the field, spoken like a goalie. End quote. Whether born out of the focus required to ski fast between gates or the pure joy in challenging herself to a new level, Meg approached all athletic pursuits with not a doubt in her bones, nor so much as a shred of ego. Her goal was simply to delight in the well-played game with her teammates. Meg, congratulations on this honor. We are all, your teammates, coaches, family, and friends, so proud of you.
Thank you. How perfect is it that we have our women's soccer leading scorer come up as we just beat Amherst in double over, or in PKs, I think. Yeah.
Thanks for the standing ovation. After Terry's, I didn't know if it would happen a second time. Thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Missy. This is really overwhelming. Bonney, Bonds, Bondog, Bone, Meggles. These are the monikers that I responded to in these halls 15 years ago. Meg was used every so often, but more likely it was a blended utterance of my full name. The prolificness of my last name was substantial enough that those who didn't know me well thought it was my first name. Very simply, I was Bonney. Things have changed. These days, I most commonly respond to Mama and Mrs. Martinson, though B. Mart and MM sneak in as well. I teach English and coach at an independent school in southern Maine, where 5 days a week I am Mrs. Martinson, donned in dress code pants and a sensible adult-looking sweater, and semi-flattering but mostly practical footwear. I shower every morning, drink coffee, and look the part. I rave about tragedies like Macbeth and Gatsby, defend my passion for MLA format and the proper use of a dash. I spend half a lifetime grading essays, and when I do something moderately impressive while coaching middle school soccer and upper school lacrosse, the girls holler, "Whoa, go coach," which feels way more embarrassing than complimentary. I tell my students that I don't sleep under my desk and that teachers are regular human beings with lives. It feels in a way like my students have no idea who I actually am. Yet at the same time they do. This is who I am. I am arguably more studious now than I was in college. I married a wonderfully thoughtful and creative man and took his last name. And where I prefer to wear soccer shorts and a t-shirt every day, I happily abide by my school's dress code. And in truth, I do find Macbeth and Gatsby endlessly fascinating. Yet I would be lying if I said that I don't miss the days of Bondog. It is not hyperbole to say that I loved every second of every Middlebury season. The physicality and the effort and camaraderie are impossible to match as an adult. There are snapshots that I can see perfectly. Teammates uttering motivating words during warm-ups, the pump-up music blasting, the butterflies making me feel like I constantly have to pee. We did all our laundry on our pins and obsessed over our Middlebury-issued sweatpants, each girl daring to steal theirs at the end of the season. A poor decision during the summer before my sophomore year, resulted in short, bleached hair. And every time I picked up my clothes from Chuck in the equipment room, he'd asked if I drank too much lemonade. As a freshman, I botched the spelling of a senior's last name on her secret psych, giving myself away like a true rookie. I remember walking around this stunning campus, feeling so profoundly proud of what I was a part of. It all felt so right and like a natural part of life that it barely dawned on me that it would end. I can look all the way back to soccer tryouts my freshman year. It was hot and the field was rock hard. I scored a goal during a scrimmage, and I remember hoping that maybe that shot would put me on the roster. It was not long after that the assistant coach told me I needed to pull my socks up higher, that I looked like a slob with them sagging around my calves. At the risk of sounding like a character from Friday Night Lights, I will admit that those were the glory days. But things change as they should and as they must. My adult life is blessed and has taken on its own version of physicality, effort, and camaraderie. 500 times a day, I respond to Mama! And honestly, there may be nothing more physical than birthing and raising kids. They test me in ways that I never imagined, and I have never been a part of a more intensely charged relationship. They have made my right knee hurt and crack in ways that college sports never did. Messing around with our boys in the basement, I sometimes grab a big playground ball and begin to juggle with my feet, imploring them, "Look at these mama skills." Yet the response I tend to get is, "Can you help me build this tower?" Or even more likely, "Can I have the ball now?" The effort I give to my work and my family is completely consuming and leaves me totally depleted by 8:30 p.m. While I don't shower with my friends from work, we are bonded and supportive because, like a team, we are pulling in the same direction. Teams are certainly families, but families are families too. And my unit of 4 is nothing short of miraculous chaos that I wouldn't trade for anything. For my husband Eric and my boys Ned and Bo, as a college student, I never knew that you would exist, and I'm so relieved that you do. You are my team. And to my Middlebury teammates, it is cliche, but very true that I would not be standing here without you. You guys are what made it so great. And to my parents and my brother and sister, thank you for loving me in the most trusting and natural way. Thank you, and I love you.